Hello, I'm Kaiser and welcome to Moose Reads. Before I get started, I want to say that the opinions that I give here are my own opinions. They are extremely subjective. If I dislike a book, it is not a reflection on the author and it is not a reflection on people who do like it. Different people have different tastes and that's okay. Today I will be reviewing A Duke by Any Other Name by Grace Burrows. This is the fourth book in the Rogues to Riches series. It is a Regency romance. The description says, Nathaniel, Duke of Rothaven, lives in seclusion, leaving his property only to gallop his demon-black steed across the moors by moonlight. Exasperated mammas invoke his name to frighten small children, though Nathaniel is truly a decent man, maybe too decent for his own good. That's precisely why he must turn away the beguiling woman demanding his help. Lady Althea Wentworth has little patience for dukes, reclusive or otherwise. But she needs Rothaven's backing to gain entrance into polite society. She's asked him nicely, she's called on him politely, all to no avail, until her prize hogs just happen to plunder the ducal orchard. He longs for privacy, she's vowed to never endure another ball as a wallflower, yet as the two grow closer, it soon becomes clear they might both be pretending to be something they're not. 4 stars. Content warnings for this book, which include the standard child abuse warning that permeates the series, but doubled down, as well as forced committal and medical abuse. This book and the next one were my favorites of the series. I really liked Nathaniel, and I liked the way his relationship with Althea unfolded. Though that's not to say there was nothing about it that frustrated me. The description is a little misleading because it makes it sound like Althea needs Nathaniel to start escorting her around so that she can go to balls or something. This is not the case. She's already a duke's sister, she's in polite society. The problem she's having is that she isn't accepted. She's been having trouble with people insulting and making fun of her both to her face and behind her back. Nathaniel has cultivated a very severe and forbidding reputation, and Althea hopes that he can teach her how to cow her adversaries while maintaining proper decorum. Nathaniel doesn't want to talk to her, so she does everything she can to force a conversation. She manages to convince him to give her one lesson, but he refuses to continue his tutelage. Except, of course, that he keeps going back. It's absolutely a nitpick. But the one thing that kind of frustrated me was that in his initial lesson, Nathaniel teaches Althea how to give the cut direct. For anyone unfamiliar with Regency romance, the cut direct is basically when someone blatantly gives you the cold shoulder in public. In a society built on appearances and proper social etiquette, this is kind of like someone walking up to you and slapping you at a party. So Nathaniel teaches her how to give someone a look that says something along the lines of, "You're so inconsequential, I can't be bothered to speak to you." Maybe it was just me focusing too much on the little details, but because this is the first thing Nathaniel teaches her, I thought it would come up again later. I expected her to be in some situation at some point where she needed to give the cut to someone offensive, but she didn't. There were multiple opportunities, including a point in the climax where I thought it would have fit nicely, but it never comes. This book, interestingly, has 2 B-plots outside the romance. There's the Althea doesn't fit in plot, but there's also a Nathaniel's dangerous secret plotline. Both are pretty good. There's more I want to say about both, but that gets into spoilers. So, if you don't like spoilers, now is the time to pause or close the video. For everyone else, let's talk details. Nathaniel's problem is that he's the younger of 2 brothers. His older brother died years ago, so he's the Duke now. Except his brother never died. Robert has seizures, either because of a genetic condition or because of some carelessness on the part of their father when he was very young. His father, ashamed of his son who falls to the ground in fits, had Robert committed and then told everyone he died. Nathaniel finds this out after he's been the Duke for about a year. Because he's an absolute champ, he immediately goes to rescue his brother, but by then, Robert has been abused so thoroughly that he's in no fit state to be a duke, and he doesn't want to. So Nathaniel is keeping him secret. If anyone finds out that Robert is alive, however, Nathaniel will be arrested for impersonating the peerage, and Robert will almost certainly be screwed. It's such an awful circumstance, and there's really nothing either of them can do about it. Nathaniel is very stuck, which isn't great when he starts falling in love. He's cultivated a scary reputation, so nobody comes calling, but if he got married, he'd have a wife to play hostess, and people would inevitably come to visit. So he's a duke, but not really a duke, and he can't get married even though he's in love. I feel so bad for him. Then Althea's plotline makes his circumstances worse. She's been trying to establish herself more firmly in the local community, but the person who used to be the top dog isn't happy to suddenly find herself outranked. On top of that, the woman thinks Althea is a rival for the affections of a man she's hoping will marry her niece, so she's very motivated to ruin Althea's life. Althea throws a ball, because that's what you do when you're a duke's sister trying to make friends, and her enemy starts spreading rumors that Althea is committing illicit acts with a gentleman, and who knows how many more before that. She convinces everyone that they should attend the ball, because Althea is a duke's sister after all, but that they should publicly censure her. Nathaniel gets wind of this plot, and he desperately wants to run to Althea's rescue, but how can he? They eventually come up with a resolution, and he does show up just in time, but this scene, where the ladies are preparing to leave the ball early and her enemy is shit-talking her to her face, seemed like the perfect place for Althea to deliver the cut. I would have liked to see her more or less resolve her own problems, and then have Nathaniel show up as a bonus to hammer the point home. But she doesn't. Oh well. You can't have everything, I guess. That's all I have to say about a duke by any other name. If you like this video, I hope you'll watch more in the future. Thanks for watching this one. Bye!